Hey everyone, Pi Patel here, and today we are talking about my new sponsor and the project behind the team, Nuls blockchain. So disclaimer, yes, this is my sponsor. However, they're not holding a gun to my head to produce a video that they want. I'm doing this on my own without any bias or favor towards them, which was a condition on our agreement. Their openness and fairness about the content I produce is one of the reasons I chose them to be my first sponsor. So with that said, we'll be talking about the fundamentals of Nuls. We'll also be playing with some Legos today, so stick around. You don't want to miss this. Nuls is a very different take on blockchain technology. Their motto is making blockchain simpler. Based in Singapore, the team has extensive blockchain background. One of the founders is Neo community board member and also worked on BitShares. They saw the success of a bunch of amazing blockchains out there, but also saw the inherent flaws in many of them. So the team set sail to capitalize on those shortcomings and take on the real main issues that blockchains face, a lack of real-world adoption. As great as blockchain tech has been, breaking into the mainstream consciousness of business owners, developers, and CEOs has yet to be accomplished on a larger scale. To break on through to the other side, it was going to take a blockchain that could tackle some of life's biggest issues. One being the steep learning curve associated with developing blockchain, especially in ways that meet your particular organization's special needs. Another being the cost to implement such a radical change to an existing system. Also, that many leading blockchains have one of the following issues. One, the blockchain technology in question is either so narrow in design or too specific in what it aims to do that it's nearly impossible to use as something that can fit the individual custom solutions required by many enterprises. And two, the blockchain technology is too broad in its functionality that it's unable to mold down into specific use cases. So this is where Nuls hits the scene in late 2017, a wonderful time for crypto, as many of you may remember. This was a time when the world of cryptos was headed to a new height. It was a time when so many projects were prospering and Bitcoin was hitting all-time highs, and many people were validated for their belief in this crazy thing called blockchain and cryptocurrency. But Nuls did something that's very uncommon, especially in this era of the ICO, that's initial coin offerings for all of you youngsters. That's how coins used to build up steam and launch. A practice now considered outdated, overgoverned, and no longer demonstrated on a larger scale. But Nuls did the exact opposite. They took 40% of their total supply and gave it all away in a massive airdrop and for free. From their point of view, this evenly distributed the tokens and made it more fair distribution. It also proved to be highly successful, and all of the excitement, the price had shot up over $8 very soon after their official launch. This caught the eye of many investors and brought a great deal of interest into the project as a whole. So things were all looking good, right? Well, as many of you know how the story goes, the big crypto crash of 2018 was just looming right around the corner, which saw a large amount of viable projects to go the way of the dodo. Did this slow Nuls down, you might ask? No, not really. In fact, with money in the bank and a devout and loyal fan base, they instead got to work. Since then, Nuls has updated, governed itself, and upgraded so rapidly that I even found it difficult to research this project, as a lot of the data floating around out there was already outdated. So side note, if anyone catches a mistake or outdated information in this video, please do not hesitate to point it out in the comments down below. And while you're at it, all of you go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget the notification bell, as this is one of the most important metrics for YouTube algorithm. and I do need all the help I can get in that department right now. When Nuls first started, there was not a fixed amount of coins in circulation, much like Dogecoin is now. But after a governance voting cycle, this has now changed, and there is a total supply of 210 million, with 95 million currently in circulation, a perfect example of how things can change on a dime with this project. Now Nuls likens himself as a third generation blockchain, while many out there would be considered a first generation or second generation. Some now even claim to be fourth generation, but at the same time, it's easy for marketing departments to get a little carried away with terms like these at times. So what exactly does that mean about Nuls? If they're claiming to be on another level than most blockchains? Well, for one, Nuls ecosystem offers the use of the microservices concept to design software applications as service suites that can be deployed independently in a modular architecture.
The path to a successful blockchain launch is fraught with difficulty. Most projects face challenges in everything from regulation to revenue, and making the leap from concept to creation often deters many developers from innovating. Today, there are many choices to tackle each problem independently, with varied solutions. But what if you could skip all these obstacles by choosing an end-to-end solution to every problem at once? Nuls is the whole product blockchain solution. Create your application with the enterprise-grade modular infrastructure of Nuls 2.0.
Making these modules as flexible as programs with no programming language limitations, along with cross-chain modules and token swapping and much more. Cross-chain means that Nuls blockchain can communicate and interact with other blockchains, which is essential in today's evolving blockchain world. And since they're partnered with Chainlink, even oracles are a possibility. If you know anything about oracles and Chainlink, then you understand how big this is. This is actually quite astonishing if you really think about it. You can essentially custom design a blockchain that fits your specific challenges and required programming languages by hand selecting the corresponding modules. It allows for unprecedented customization and utilization scenarios in a world full of developmental freedom. Pi, explain like I'm 5, please. Well, let's take a look at these here Legos. Each one of these Legos represents a module or a smart contract, and a module represents an individual application or service, right? There are many types of modules. There's even custom-built modules. That means they can achieve results like cross-chain communication, Chainlink oracles, token swapping, and essential services needed to run a proper blockchain and how you specifically want your blockchain to function, all in this modular form. So when you take all of these mixed and matched ingredients and then put them together, well, you come out with a custom-built blockchain that suits your specific needs very fast and effectively. Just like this here Lego hovercraft, it's able to take several passengers and traverse across multiple terrains like different blockchain projects and into an off-chain server somewhere on a different corner of the earth, ultimately reaching its destination to hand deliver its 3.5 floppy disk cargo full of data to be uploaded to a MS Access database or something like that. You miss any of the correct modules and things may not work out how you want them to. But with Nuls, you can add or remove modules on a whim without disrupting the entirety of your code. Because the point of this module architecture is to make things quick and easy, which many of the projects that have already built on the blockchain would claim, it does do just that. This modular design structure comes from the idea that technology is always changing at a rapid rate, so static technologies tend to go extinct. Since everything is modular, technical upgrades can easily be made to add the latest improvements to Nuls blockchain. And because of Nuls' unique layer 1 and 2 architecture, developers have a lot more freedom to create more advanced applications. like we see in Null swaps and Nabox multi-chain wallet. Which brings me to SCOs. SCOs are launch-padded on-chain projects that take advantage of Null's tech and smart contracts that issue and distribute their project tokens on the blockchain as staking and node rewards. So basically, if you have some extra Nulls to your name, you can actually stake those Nulls into one of the many SCO projects straight from your official wallet and earn back token rewards. All of the SCO projects can be found at pocm.nuls.io. It's definitely worth checking out. The Nabox Chrome extension wallet is an example of great SCO project. CobaltLend is another. And you can stake your Nulls token into any of the projects, and as a reward, you'll earn back that project's native tokens. Yay! This serves to benefit the user in more than just one way. Ideally, and over time, the value of your Nulls will increase, so while those Nulls are being staked, they could be growing in value. Then you are also earning rewards from the project you're staking into. Then ideally, over time, those rewards will also increase in value, so you can see how that can add up fairly quickly. Other uses for the Nulls coins are to pay transaction fees, supporting future development, powering sub-chain digital assets, paying for Nulls-based application costs, community growth, mining rewards, chain building fees, cross-chain fees, and governance rights. That's the right to vote on the future outcome of the Nulls project and ecosystem. And unlike many elections, this one cannot be rigged. The truth is, there's a lot of potential in this project. They have a history of strong performance. They have proven they can survive in the harshest of conditions, and their unique approach to bring blockchain to the masses shouldn't be underestimated. I would love to see a massive comeback story and see the price of Nulls soar to even bigger heights than ever before, which is not out of the question. They are working very hard to break into the American market, and they also have their very own stablecoin tied to the US dollar coming very soon. So we will be seeing some big things coming from this project in the future. If the Nulls coin is trading below $1, it really feels like it's a steal of a price, especially if they're able to rekindle some of their previous success and rise back up to the ranks, which I know they will at some point. You can trade Nulls on a lot of different exchanges, which also speaks to how well received they have been in the past with the community and their liquidity and ability to scale upward. So let's keep a close eye on them and see what kind of magic they can pull out of their hats. But for now, I'm Pi Patel, and this was my review of Nulls blockchain. You can find me on most social media platforms at PieceOfThePy. I also have a free Telegram. If you're not a member, I encourage you to join. I have some very big exciting news to share with all of you about a new side project I'm working on. More details on that coming very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did not the first time. I love you all. You all are the best. God bless you. Thank you for watching. It's 12:15 a.m. and I'm tired. Nulls is a very different take on blockchain technology. Their motto is making blockchain simpler. So the team set out to sail. No. I need drugs, like coffee. So the team set out to sail to, wait, this one's getting me, there's too many S's. They're based in Singapore. The team has extensive background. Well, you come out with a custom-built blockchain that suits your specific needs very fast and effectively. Just like this here Lego hovercraft. Whoops! And brought a great deal of interest into the project as a whole. Brought, not bought. No, wait, am I supposed to make dodo sounds? Did this slow Nuls down, you might ask? No, not really. In fact, with monetary. So I took this opportunity to do my very first Legos ever. Yes, I know, I'm sure all of you Americans have done this already so many times growing up, but you know, I didn't live in this country always. So when we came to the US, there was a lot to learn, and unfortunately, Legos did not take precedent. This was actually my very first set of Legos that I bought just for this video. And I have spent all day making this hovercraft today. So I actually really enjoyed it. It's very time consuming, very tedious, reminds me a lot like accounting. If you get something that doesn't match up, yeah, it's not gonna look right. They have a history of strong performance. They have proven they can survive in the harshest of conditions. It might look pretty easy, but it took all day. There's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of pieces there. And it's functional. It goes. There's wheels and everything. I could probably put this in the water and it'll go. Might test it out. If I do it, maybe I'll make a video. Anyway, it was fun. So let's keep a close eye on them and see what kind of magic they can pull off in their hats. Of their hats. My back, my hip. I'm not singing that song. My hip, my back. As great as blockchain tech has been, breaking into mainstream consciousness of business owners. Ah! Lights are falling. Oops. I didn't do that.
Apparently we hired Alec Baldwin's stage assistant.
I promise nobody died in the making of this. This is my Navratri outfit. It's the last few days of Navratri here. One more weekend to play Garba in Dandiya. Okay, anyway, if you know what that is, that's cool. Those politicians, they catch feelings way too quickly. It's like they don't want you to catch any feelings while they're cutting everything up and drowning you in debt and like inflation, but God forbid you say something that's truthful about them and they're like, censor! Yeah, fact check. And I'm out. Just like that. When I move, you move. Just like that. Anyway, that's all. We're out of time. Get out of here. There's nothing to see. I gotta go play Garba in my sleep. Okay, bye. I'm exiting the screen.